today. It's gonna be one of those lazy days. I gotta go harvest some beets out there. So I'll be back. I need a bowl to harvest them, and then I'm gonna have to rinse them too. So is that what you said you wanted? Some beets?
Yeah,
Beets. I can do some beets.
that'd be good.
Hey y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, happy Memorial Day, I guess, James. I got some more seeds that came up. Check this out. We got some, I think it's these over here that came up today. It's been raining like crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Here, it's overcast now. Kind of keeps looking like it's going to rain. We got some ribs on. I'm going to make some salad. I made some, uh, we did, lamb chops on the grill yesterday. And today ribs. We did burgers. Oh, I didn't do those on the grill. What else did? Oh, I did a steak on the grill too. Publix had killer deals on meat, so I stocked up for the holiday last week. So yeah, but all this rain, it's delaying all the other gardening though. That's what gets me. Let me put you here. I'm seeing these beets. There are a lot of aphids up in here. Oh yeah, like a whole lot down here. Looks like they all got trapped and died. And I should have put some of those I should put some of those. Take that. Should put some of those here's my hand for comparison. Should put some of those ladybugs that I had in here. I would have had a field day eating all these aphids. Oh, the other beets that I harvested were amazing. Amazing they were. It feels so small. I don't know why. This one's pretty big. I'll take this one. This one's not as big. They'll still make a good salad and roasted beet. So I learned from, I say her name a lot. She's smart. Krista over at, what's her name? Almost a acre, almost off grid grandma. She said just, throw the beets in pretty much whole. Cut the greens off if you're going to eat those. But, I'll go ahead and get this one. But, to, just throw them in there, kind of rinse them off, throw them in their hole, and then they are a ton easier to get off the skin after they're baked. This one, yeah. Might just rebury it though over here. Get it out of my way. I'm ready to plant. I'm going nuts, y'all. I'm ready to get gardens going. I'll look at comments in a minute. I'm sorry. My hands are dirty. Look at these beautiful green leaves. I mean, they're going to be delicious. I need to touch them a little though, because I'm going to make them dirty. They're pretty clean being under this cover here. So yeah, that's all I'm going to harvest today. 3 will do us for a nice salad with roasted beets, and I have some goat cheese to put on there as well. And I'll dress it lightly with just a little bit of vinegar and olive oil, red wine vinegar and olive oil. Let's get the rest of this up here. But yeah, we haven't heard when we're gonna start out here again yet, so I don't know. It's always touch and go. Always touch and go. Like I said, it's been so dang wet. What we did do, we did cover the majority of it, well, a partial part of the new garden with silage tarp to keep everything dead under there. And then once they start working here, we'll just move this down as they go along, because that's already starting to green up again because of all of the dang rain we've had. Get my glasses on here. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the cicadas are crazy this year. Those are the best, though. The ones that come up on their own, they're the ones that are really super strong. In fact, I meant to. You know, that watermelon I grew out there, and I ended up not eating it because it wasn't ripe. It ended up seeding itself anyway. But I didn't get out there. Oh, the bluebirds are coming out. I didn't get out there to harvest it, or pick it up and put it in one of my little cups before the guy tilled it, and then I forgot about it. I was so upset. And look at this little lizard here. He's like hanging out.
A little lizard.
He's looking for food in all the right places. He doesn't eat the dang spiders up there. I don't know why. He should. He should eat the spiders. But yeah, we're just kind of chilling today. We did, so yesterday, once I get, I'm going to be moving those plants off that other table onto this one temporarily until they get in the ground while the garden work's being done. And then that table's going out there by the new garden. We got an umbrella, 4 chairs for the table. We had the table. All the chairs broke because we've had that table for what? 12 years or so?
At least.
Something. So we just needed new chairs, and we picked those up at, I'm going to kick myself. Lidl had them $16. And they went fast. I went back, and there was just one. And then, ooh, I'm sinking into the ground.
Oh, hang on.
You got to move the table back, but it's too close to the edge. That was hilarious. I was just slowly sitting back. I'm like, what is this, an office chair? Anyway. So what was I saying? Oh, so Lidl, they were out. So then Home Depot, they wanted $24 even yesterday. And then I found them at Home, has really good prices on outdoor chairs. They were $19.99, so I only needed 4. So they'll work. And then their umbrellas are some of the cheapest. They're $49.99 for a 7-foot.
I believe so, yeah.
The 9-foot are $59.99. But we always just buy the cheapest, $49.99. They used to be what? $24.99. Then they went to $30. Now they're $49 as things
all
go.
Prices go up.
And that's only been in like 7 years because I'd never been in an at home till we moved here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just didn't go into stores so much like that. I think we bought our last table at Sears maybe or something. Probably Sears.
Wow. Well, that dates us.
Yeah. Yeah, that dates us. We don't buy stuff much. Hey Mark, how's it going? We're just hanging out. Hey Angela, how are you doing, hon? How are you doing? When are you getting your eyes done, Angela? Man, I hate that. So Mark, I saw you're on you're doing more lives now. I kind of hang out in the bushes a lot. Um but I expected you to be gone more now that it's summertime, playing those concerts. Outdoor concerts. Yeah, Angela's in the southeast with us, James. Yeah, it's trying to rain here too, Angela. It's like sunny, then it gets threatening, then sunny. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. Uh, that is moderator. All right, there you go, Mark. You're good now. Sorry, I went through and clicked a bunch of stuff. So, I think I had a rogue mod. Somebody blocked Jennifer. And I don't know why. So, that was unfortunate. And then I unblocked her and then she didn't come. But that's okay. She's probably upset and she has a right to be. So, but it certainly wasn't me. She's always been cool. Hey Renee, how are you doing? What you up to, girl? Did you do your jumping jacks today? What are you up to? 150? You're up to 200 now, aren't you? Or are you starting a new challenge next week? I've enjoyed your language, y'all. Renee's been teaching us Spanish. Well, if you don't speak English, she does English, Spanish, French, German. And we're doing days of the week now. I mean, she cooks breakfast and talks about other stuff, and then we learn language kind of in between her little lives. It's a lot of fun, actually. But Renee is recovering from leukemia. She had a bone marrow transplant. She's doing awesome. New challenge next week. Woohoo! You've been like kicking it, girl, but I know you're losing weight and you don't want to. That rots. But you're gaining muscle. Isn't that what they say? Muscle weighs more than fat, too. So you may not be losing weight. You may just be toning up. It's probably what's happening now. So don't get discouraged. No problem, Mark. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's what they say, Renee. I also know if I eat a burger from a Whopper, which is rare, from Burger King, and an order of fries, I'll be down 2 pounds the next day. As bad as that is for you. But I can't eat that stuff every day. I just can't. But I probably should. Heck, did me good. So Renee, do you want me to seed some mulberries or try and root some mulberries for you? Some red. The white, they just don't do as well. I mean, they come and go. You might be able to get a couple. Like Chris and I got one each. You might be on it more than us, but we didn't get much of the white. But I know some people like the white mulberry for tea. They use the leaves to make tea on mulberry trees. So and white, I think mulberry leaves have a special. I don't know. But talk to your doctor about any of the crap I say. Yeah, calorie diet. I lost like 30 pounds and I got diagnosed diabetic. I lost 30 pounds. Well, I lost more than that. I lost 50.
Thereabouts.
Gained a bunch back. I gained all of it back, didn't I?
Well, that's you gained all of it back. I'm not having.
No, I gained all of it back.
Wow,
It was
yeah.
bad. It was bad. And then I lost all that again. Well, I lost 30 pounds of it. Um, and then got diagnosed diabetic. And then I went on one kind of pill because I think at the time, uh, people were having a difficult time getting their medication that were, critical diabetics. And I wasn't. I was low end, just diagnosed. So I went on another medication for a while. And I, weirdly enough, I'd been on metformin when it continued to go up. But anyway, so I ended up on another medication in a pill form. Uh, and then I eventually gave in to the injectables to control the diabetes. And it took maybe a year. I think I was a 7.6 or something, A1C at the highest.
It's over 7, yeah.
Now I'm at like a 5.6. So it really like smacked it down in about a year. It's done well. It took about a year to get it. Well, no. 3/4.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking
3/4 of a
it was
year.
an entire year.
But I only lost 20 pounds. I only lost 20 pounds on the injectable. So it did not, and then I hit a wall with that. But the other thing that happened with my injectable is that I ended up getting a reaction. So I was injecting in my stomach, and I got, I don't know, a little area like this. And I read you can get like site irritation. So I chalked it up to that, and I'm like, well, I'm going to put it on my thigh this time. But like a lot of Americans and people my age, I got a little Dunlap going on. So where I injected it into my thigh, my Dunlap was happening there. TMI. And they're easy, Renee. They're just like they come in a tube and you just press the thing and it automatically injects and you wait 10 seconds and it comes out. It's
1/10 of a pin.
And I've screwed it up once. So I pressed the button and it went in, it shot, and I pulled it out. And I'm like, dang, wasted one shot. But that was only once. That's the only reason I can't trust myself to give myself a shot. It just meant I got a little bit less of a dose that week. But what happened, so since I had the Dunlap and I had an allergic reaction, then it got miserable because it was over always, if you've ever had a rash and you have heat on it, it gets 10 times as worse. And that was the big irritation on the initial allergic reaction is when I'd get by the oven and I was cooking, like my stomach would just get so itchy. But then when I put it on my thigh, like I said, it was always overheating because of the Dunlap. So I was miserable. So I went back to my stomach. And because of that, I thought, okay, it's a little bigger, but that makes sense because it's been more aggravated with the heat. But then when I went back to my stomach to do the injection, I mean, it got about as big as it looked like somebody had thrown a basketball at my gut. It was huge. The whole area got red. So my allergy was getting worse. So I just went off of it. And it was my primary care that initially, I need to get those beets. It was my primary care that initially told me, put me on the medication. But I also go to an endocrinologist for a tumor that I have. And so to monitor that, and we're doing some testing on that. I've had it for years, so so far so good with the tumor, but we don't know if it's like spitting out hormones it shouldn't at impromptu times and then messed up times. So, but I went to him and he was like, oh yeah, we're going to put you on this medication. Because he said like with vaccines, like you can have different, like Eli Whitney versus Bayer might have different binders in their vaccine, or their injectables, their whatever. So, but so he put me on a pill form, and I'm tolerating that well, very well. Actually, I've lost 3 pounds on that. Because after I went off the injectables, I gained some weight very quickly. But I think too that that little tumor also has contributes to that. So I think I have a disease that kind of makes it difficult to. It tends to make you gain weight and not be able to get your weight off, and it messes with the adrenal gland. Mark knows all about it. We've talked about it. As Captain Ivy Works wants to work on a bimbo memorial show later this summer with me. I want to air on the Inum of her passing. Yeah, it'll be September then, September 12th ish.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's good. He's good. He's here actually. It's his birthday weekend. Here he is. Da, da, da.
Bad hair and all.
Bed hair and all. We both have bed hair.
Yeah.
There he
Howdy,
is
folks.
in all of his glories. Having a yingling.
Yep.
It was so funny. I saw a short yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying all these different things, and he would tell you what kind of alcohol you had. And he said, if you do barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
then you probably have Yingling
Mm-hmm.
in your refrigerator, and everybody should go to any of your cookouts. And I was like, funny, I just smoked 4 pork butts, and I have Yingling in my fridge.
It's a good, solid performer. I mean, it's just, I think it's, given that Budweiser is now part of InBev, it's one of America's largest.
Here, you take over.
Beers.
I'm going to go back out to the garden. But everybody's telling you happy birthday. You got a bunch of happy birthday wishes. You might have to scroll to see them all.
Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. I don't know if they're gonna futz around. See the comments, and the phone fell off the technical difficulties. Please hold on. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's ridiculous. Just gonna have to.
You put it back on me.
Well, no. It doesn't. It's not snapped in. It's not going far enough to hold the.
Yeah, you touched it.
Well, let me see if I can put it in to actually.
Here, I
hold
got
on,
it.
folks.
I did.
All right, I'll hold the brackets open, and
No, you don't have to. Just do it like this. There you go.
Okay,
Did I
that's
turn
better.
everybody off? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put it in from the bracket side that expands out, then you're good.
Okay, that's a lot better.
All right.
Just beat it.
Here are the beets
Good
today
looking
and the
beets.
greens. It's going to be a lovely salad. I think you'll have enough for salad for work.
Good,
Two.
good. Beet greens are good and hearty. They're real earthy.
So good. They're so good for you. All that nice, dark, rich color. And those variant colors. That was funny, though, when I thought somehow that beet got in the quiche today.
So what was it actually?
I put some Swiss chard in.
Okay,
the
Swiss chard.
quiche
Okay.
from the garden.
I noticed, well, whenever I go into the fridge or freezers and stuff, some weird things will catch my eye, and it'll start going into my subconscious. Most recently is the olives, the black and the green olives in the upper part of the right door of the main fridge. Like, olives.
Yeah, I just bought some green olives. Did you catch those?
I saw those. I didn't open them, but yeah, are those manzanilla?
I meant to tell you about them.
Yeah. Well, I saw them. I just figured that I didn't want to open them up. That
You
way.
didn't want to get in trouble.
I don't want to eat half of something that you've gotten intended for a recipe. Yeah, I agree, Mark. Nice beats. But I like all those. If you haven't had a muffalata sandwich, do it. I mean, it's I don't know all the ingredients, but it has chopped green olives and ham and cheese and what's the other salami.
Yeah, it has olive salad.
Olive salad.
Yeah, with all the vegetables, carrots, cauliflower, olives.
Carrots, cauliflower, yeah.
And then it has yeah, cheese and delicious bread and.
It's sort of one of our two big culinary highlights of our brief trip to New Orleans was getting a honest to goodness muffalata sandwich and having chicory coffee and beignets at Cafe du Monde. That's the super touristy, but you know it's a good bucket list item.
But we went out of the tourist district for dinner.
That's true.
And we hit an amazing. The guy used to be a chef for Emerald in his New Orleans restaurant, and it was cheap. It was 4-star quality, but not 4-star price. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was back by Louis Armstrong Park. That's where it was.
Yeah, dining out, that's definitely much more of a luxury. Hey, Angela. Awesome. Thumbs up there. Awesome. Hope you're doing well. It does humble you to speak in front of a camera. You know, if you have to kind of get used to it and not to be able to string together 3 or 4 cogent thoughts without saying or over and over again. So I will endeavor to do so. No notes here, but hope everybody's having a great Memorial Day weekend. It's I guess it's always tricky though. People wish other folks a happy Memorial Day, but you know the intention of the holiday is a somber one. Honoring the troops that have fallen in the line of duty. But I don't know. I'd like to think if they were the ghostly spirits of soldiers up there milling about, that they would encourage people to go, yeah, have a good time. You know, have a hamburger and a hot dog for us, and just they'd probably think of all the crazy things they did at Memorial Day weekends and stuff. So, you know, it's you know, in life they would have been, I think, more sort of levity on the occasion, but yeah, it's no shortage of wars in the world, so I guess we can't dwell into that too much. But oh, let's see. I'm going to. I'll look on my phone to see what the number of viewers are right now. I always feel like if I touch a button, it'll just end the transmission here. I'll just keep tap dancing here. So let's look at my subscription. Oh, good. We got 6 watching. Okay. Just wanted to take a little sneaky peek at that. So yeah, I don't have the app, the YouTube app on my phone. I just read it through Firefox. It works better for me. But it's a nice day out. It's very cloudy, but threatened rain. But it was rainy overnight. But it's been just sort of muggy, but pleasant otherwise. 74 degrees Fahrenheit, 25% chance of rain. That's not too bad. So, hello, Branson. How are you doing today? Branson, are you also Mr. Chris LeClaire? Just a thought there, maybe. He's another fellow from Branson, Missouri that watches the shows. for Jen. The Chris. Hey Chris, how are you? Took a wild stab, but that was. I'm glad I got it right. Does anybody else do Wordle? I think my Wordle today, I got it in 3. It was usually a 1 that I would have taken about 4 for. I use the same opening word every single time. Sometimes I'll do really well, then other times I'll just do terrible, and I haven't gotten any better at it. And I'll try to like not play Wordle for a couple of days because I'm completely exasperated with it. So.
Woo.
All
The
right.
beets are oiled and they're getting ready to go in, just like this.
Nice.
Bottoms and all. Otherwise, if you cut the bottom, you're going to get red everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, here they go.
Cool. I didn't eat beets much as a kid, but I like them as an adult. So. Chris, I remember that you guys had to move some either a year ago or several, close to a year ago. How are your new digs? Is everything settled into your new place? I'm sure that was moving sucks. It's stressful. So I always have sympathy for those who are going through moves. I'll stay somewhere forever just to not have to move all that crap from point A to point B.
Yeah, the ribs are looking good.
Oh, excellent.
I'm going to throw a turn on those.
Also, when you prep for a move, you look around and you see all the things that you had every good and noble intention of moving or giving away or selling, and it didn't happen, and now time's up. You got to chuck it in a box and move it, and then you get to revisit it all over again. So, I mean, I think we still have a lot of stuff in boxes from the move from years prior. We just never dug them out of the box. I've never missed anything I've ever donated. I've just been, once I donate it, it's out of sight, it's out of mind. I like creating that empty spot in that corner of the room or that corner of the closet. It never stays empty for long, but just for that brief shining moment, you've relinquished excess crap. I think for a couple of years I was doing sort of a reverse Black Friday where I would gather up excess clothing and donate them on Black Friday. And that felt good, just to end up with less clothes instead of more at that time of the year. So, okay, ooh, empty. There we go.
Talking about the thrift store shopping yesterday.
Well, was it about how, like, for a couple of years, I was donating clothes on Black Friday instead of buying them.
Oh yeah,
So that felt good, just getting rid of stuff.
yeah.
But we got
I
some
have
good
a
stuff.
pile of stuff to get rid of, but I got lucked out and got 2 nice, like cottony sheath dresses that I love.
Mm-hmm.
One was a cheapy Old Navy, and the other one was Mac Studio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who sells that. Oh no.
Yeah, I had a polo branded polo shirt, brown one that was nice, and 2 other polo shirts that were non-Walmart polo shirts. They were different brands, but decent brands, and $6.24. I mean, you can't beat that with a stick.
My dresses were $7.24 or something like that. And then I got 1 nice shirt.
And the Goodwills where we're at,
T-shirt.
they finally started sorting things by size instead of color. Oh God, that made it so much easier to find stuff.
Well, we used to go to Last Chance because they've always done their stuff by size. Well, almost always done their stuff by size.
Oh yeah. If you have a thrift store nearby, try to find one that sorts by size instead of color.
We got another seedling coming up. Ooh, it's the sweet Marconi pepper. Has made an entrance here to the game. Congratulations. Yay, we need that. Cool. Now we're down to just 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 that have not. But I have some old seeds, man. I'm planting seeds from like 2019, 2017. Y'all want to see the ribs? I'll show you
Go
the
for
ribs
it.
I got going on. I got some ribs. I just seasoned them, threw them on the grill. No sauce yet. This is just, they've only been on like, I don't know, what, maybe an hour, honey?
It's 2:53, maybe a little more. I don't know.
Look at that. Now, bring the heat up a little bit more. Look at that. You see that woodpecker up there? He's on the pole. He just flew away. I'm going to leave this open for a bit to bring the heat up a little bit more and get more of that smoke factor in here. And then I'll shut this. The heat's kind of there, but it needs a little more heat. And I scooted, like I smoke off of these. I smoke butts and everything off these little grills. I love them. Sometimes I'll have like 2 butts going, 3 butts going. But if I'm smoking a butt, yeah, kind of put all the coal to the back. And when I'm done smoking, I'll still have a whole grill full of charcoal. But yeah, I bring it off the heat here. I'm going to bring that up. Look at that. It's already starting to fall apart here. That's crazy. It's only been on, I'm telling y'all. These are St. Louis ribs. These aren't baby backs. But yeah, I'm going to bring this heat up, like I said. Might come to another. I'll put it down. Best way that I have found to clean your grill grid is wad up a piece of aluminum and rub it over there when it's hot. And that'll help take out get rid of all the black stuff on top and clean your grill. And you don't have to worry about those darn, what is it? Brush bristles that people have choked on. All that. Hey, Sandra D, how's it going? Hey, what's your husband cooking today, Sandra D? I bet y'all are thrown down over there. Also got some corn that I cleaned out. I've got my my beet greens I have soaking here in my little my lettuce thing. So I will wash those a few more times. Once it gets closer to dinner, it's early. I'm just going to leave them there to soak. We had some corn earlier this week too, because Publix had what was it? 5 for something. Oh, Renee, are you still in here? Is Renee still here? I missed her. Hey, Chris, I just saw you were in here. Where'd Renee go? She's still here? Dang. I need to see her answer. I asked her a question, and I didn't read. I'll try. I gotta go way back. I may have to go way, way back. I'm just hanging out. So that's when she first came in. Sorry, y'all. I asked Renee a question. Maybe she didn't answer me. I'll find out one day. If someone else, okay, yeah, I'll get them started. I think Renee left, but I'll try and get those trees started. And then by the time Renee can plant, they'll be worthy of planting. So, there you are, birthday boy.
Oh, now I'm tilted.
Sandra D is in there.
Oh, hello, Sandra.
Sandra D. And Chris Branson came in.
That's true. I said hello to Chris earlier.
Ah. Wonder what he and Debbie are up to today. So I guess we'll have a salad out of the green stock tomorrow.
Okay.
And then we'll have the beet salad tonight.
Good. Good. Good.
But it's at the end of the rope for the lettuce, though. It's starting
Right.
to bolt.
Are you going to be able to harvest any seeds from it or no?
I could. Well, I don't know about this pak choy. I'm having second thoughts on ever growing it again.
Okay.
Now that we have a new garden area, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do any of that. And here's your lemon balm. It has not lasted.
Oh.
I don't know why. So sad. It may root though. It may come from the bottom and surprise us. You never know when you're rooting stuff.
You never know what you're going to get.
You never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates every damn time.
See if we can keep the phone from getting spritzed here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Do a side profile here.
You can do the top. I do the sides too because it's direct. It makes them a little more happy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't think this forsythia rooted.
Okay.
I get some of that good, that soil 3 once we get the, we got the new green stock, y'all. It's bigger, deeper, bigger. Not as tall, though. I think it's only 5 tier, but it's deeper, wider. But we had to order, that was a gift to us, but we have to order the rolly cart, and I ordered some supports because wait until you see my mother-in-law's green stock. It has gone wild. She's got tomatoes growing in it. She has what else does she have? Squash. Yellow squash growing.
Growing like a weed on it, yeah.
I mean, it's like insane. She has flowers growing in her.
Well, I'm sure she's used really good soil and watered them well, and but that's cool. Well, what's neat about it is the fact that you can get them to, you know, if they're in an area that's getting too much sun or not enough sun, you can just kind of wheel them over to wherever they need to go.
Well, I was hoping I could grow lettuce in them last year better, but I don't know. They're definitely a fall thing, not a spring planting. I think they liked being planted in December because that's when all these were planted. They liked the December planting, and they liked the snow, 2 snows and all the freezes, and it's crazy. But we do have a lot of lettuce to harvest again.
Hopefully you guys aren't too seasick from my camera work here. So. Angela said, I saw a video with a lady with 5 of the green plant towers full of vegetables. That's nice. That's a good use for them. Sandra says, have everyone, maybe she said, hope everyone has a great day. Got to get ready to eat.
Ooh,
all right.
Enjoy, Sandra. I know you
Enjoy.
got some good grub.
Okay, don't be late for a meal. That's
yeah.
That's not
well,
good.
Her husband does all the cooking, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Benny.
Hey, Benny. What's up, girl? What trouble are you causing today? What good trouble are you causing today, girl?
Raising some hell out there in Arizona?
She's in
in California. Oh, okay.
She's out there. She's out west.
Out in the desert area, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. California's awesome. East Coasters don't understand California until they go out there.
Yeah. I love it.
What we hear about are
everybody hears the negative
earthquakes
stuff. I love
it. and fires and floods.
I've lived in LA. I've worked in the Capitol. I love it. I love it. Never had any issues. Love it, love it, love it. Even going down to the Tenderloin district in San Francisco.
Colorful
I had
folks.
that one guy approach me.
Yeah.
And I basically held a conversation with him and told him, yeah, I'm a local. I don't have any money. I don't carry cash because I'm a local. I know not to carry cash. And he walked away.
Yeah. I
So,
uh, I don't try to engage with crazy homeless folks or homeless folks. It just
well, he blocked me. You
oh,
walked in front of me and he blocked me from going in the restaurant.
oh gosh, it's awful.
Yeah. And you just kept on walking. So,
I didn't assume
luckily,
that.
you married a city girl who knows how
Talk
to
your way out
handle
of it.
herself
Yeah.
in these situations. You know, you tell somebody you have no money, they're going to leave you alone. All right, time to put the lid down. We're smoking again.
Smoking butts. No,
No, smoking
ribs.
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 Got the ribs going. We got the smoke turned up again. All right. Time to close that. Oh, a pen.
Oh, that's where it went.
Mm.
Okay, good. Oh, one of my thing. My favorite pen is the. I don't know if you can read it. The Bic Round Stick Medium Black. You can get 80 packs of these for real cheap off Amazon.
But you're not anal or anything.
Anal retention has a hyphen, and I have a hyphen. But no, they're super dirt cheap. They write pretty well. They last a long time, and my goal is always to hold on to a particular pen long enough to use all of the ink out of that particular pen. I've managed to do that about I think 5 or 6 times with these. It takes a while. I mean, but I like writing things down. I do my best thinking, writing pen on paper. So I do. I'm still stuck in that mode, even though I fix computers for a living. I like to write things down, burn things into my mind. So, but yeah, I like. Well, it's fun to find a consumer item that is ultra cheap and very, very good for what it is. Just like the Casio F91W wristwatch. I mean, it's a great wristwatch and it's super cheap. Even seasoned watch collectors who collect really nice high-end stuff typically have a soft spot in their heart for Casio because, if you're in your 20s or younger and you've got to use your money to buy a watch, it's probably going to be a Casio. And they're super cheap, super good, and yeah, they're great. The other watch, I might as well nerd out on watch stuff because I like it. But here's a watch I bought. I don't know if the camera can focus on it, but I bought this watch for $2.72 off of AliExpress to avoid a $3 shipping charge, and it gets a lot of wrist time because it's just so ultra light and it's very comfortable. I wear it when I'm outside working on stuff, but the indices don't quite match up. But again, the watch is under $5, so it's just a nice, cheap, effective, cheerful watch. So, oh, Benny says I don't do time, no watch required. Well, you're kind of hip to what the kids are hip to because most folks under the age of 30, you ask them if they have a watch, they go, why the heck would I need a watch? My phone tells me what time it is, or they just don't care about, they didn't grow up having a wristwatch on their wrist, so they just, they're not into the watch thing. So there's certainly a virtue to being in the moment. For me, I'm just so conditioned to having that little familiar strap or bracelet around the wrist that I feel weird if I don't have it. I could probably get used to not wearing a watch, but I like having a wristwatch. Oh, now they wear Fitbits. Oh, that's true. Smart. I own a Fitbit since. I enjoyed it. I got it for a good deal. I wore it for a couple of years, but there's a couple of issues. Number one, it kept sapping the battery life of my smartphone, which irritated me. But also, I could track my steps and do all this stuff, and it made me feel like I was doing stuff for my health when I really wasn't. I wasn't doing anything particularly effective, so I felt like it was a distraction. So finally, I just uninstalled the app, the Fitbit app, off my phone, and it's in the bottom of a drawer, and I doubt if I'll ever wear it again. I like a watch just to be a watch now. I don't want a super duper fancy one. So Angela says, I just know what time it is. That's good ability to have. Yeah, and again, we're always staring at a device that's telling us what time it is, and there's wall clocks and everything else. But he says, I like my phone to be a phone. Yeah, that's an interest. That's a novel concept these days. Most times, folks use their phones for everything but sending and receiving a phone call. I like. I mean, years ago, I would get a text and I'd be kind of annoyed if it was like a personal transaction. I think, well, just give me a call. But now, I'm so used to sending and receiving texts. If I get a phone call in some situation, I'm thinking, what? Are you on fire? Why are you calling me? So it's like I've done a full 180 about the whole appropriateness of texting versus telephoning on a smartphone. But I think about, like, especially when I'm at work, how to communicate something, what pathway to use. Do I communicate an email or a text or a call or okay, I being brought a refill. So yeah, my phone is what I use for YouTube. Oh yeah, I mean that's it. Yeah, it's an indispensable device for modern life. I spend a lot of my time as a technician fiddling about with a phone, changing the password for someone's work email or getting this or that configured on it. So it's an important extension to our computers anymore. And a lot of folks just use the phone. They like almost never touch an actual laptop or desktop. Merci beaucoup, madame.
De nada.
Benny says, I talk better than I type. The voice recognition's gotten better and better and better.
It doesn't matter. She looks marvelous.
It is better to look good than to feel good. Let's see. Oh, we're getting some sun now. Vitamin D going here. Awesome.
You can tilt the. I was gonna
Tilt
say
the
you
phone?
can tilt the umbrella if you want.
Oh, that's fun.
Get a little vitamin D.
Yeah, getting some on my legs here. I think we've all reached that age where we've been given vitamin D supplementation. So I've managed to creep up into the lower end of the normal zone. It's a fat soluble vitamin, so you got to be careful about not getting too much of it. So
Yeah, talk to your doctor.
yeah. B12, a lot of folks lack B12, but if you get too much B12, it's water soluble. It'll just pass right through you. You get too much.
Yeah. But it
Molson?
is amazing.
I don't know, Yingling.
And when you think how much,
Pennsylvania's finest.
when you think about how much yard work we do, we're outside more than your average person. And we're still lacking vitamin D.
Well, you just get older and your body doesn't
Well, we don't go outside
process
as
it.
much.
Right, right.
We go outside to work in the yard. Maybe come outside late in the evening to when it's cooler.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, even when I go for a walk, I mean, I tend to wear, you know, some, well, I'll wear shorts and shirt, and not a whole lot of my body is exposed to the sun, so I just need a little extra. But then you got to worry about, well, skin cancer and stuff. So,
yeah, which is my problem.
so
And that was the thing with me. After I got all those skin cancer diagnoses, because they were pretty much back to back,
mm-hmm.
then I got afraid to get out in the sun. And then my dermatologist got on to me. He's like, no, get out in the sun. Just wear sunscreen.
Benny says I get all my vitamin D from the sun. Out there in the desert, I bet
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Too much carrot juice will turn you orange. That, or, too much spray tan.
Oh, but you can never have too much beta carotene, can you?
It's difficult. I mean,
Little James, when he was a baby, he did, because all he ate was carrots and squash and,
mm-hmm.
Orange vegetables as a baby. So he did turn orange.
Benny says I've got a honey spiral cut ham to toss in the oven along with some sweet potatoes. That's nice.
Yum.
Yeah.
We always buy whole hams anymore because they're cheap.
If
You
you
get
get
$2.17 a pound for a whole spiral ham or a half ham, 8 pounds, 12 pounds, as opposed to $10 a friggin' pound for them to slice it for you. Or whatever it is in the Hillshire Farms or those Oscar Mayer, whatever, those meats are way more expensive than a half ham. So I buy that at $2.17 a pound. And then,
where's the little button that pivots the?
Oh, it's the round one here. It's like here.
Okay.
We can sit next to each other. We won't bite. Oh, you're gonna come over here, sit next to me. You get a little. Can't get it back far enough though. But
and if it's that far back, we can't read the comments. So.
Yeah, we can if you have your phone.
No, I don't have the YouTube app on my phone, I can't pull up the messages as they scroll.
Well, that rots. Well, we'll have to just pull you closer every now and then. He can probably see way better than me.
Benny said hi to Hunter, so I guess Hunter's in the house.
Hey, Hunter, how's it going, darling? Enjoyed hanging out with you this weekend. Late night ramblings. But yeah, what was I saying before we moved?
Well, we're talking about ham and sweet potatoes.
Oh yeah, ham. Way better to just buy a half ham.
Well,
and I don't put the honey mix or whatever on it. I just leave that off for everyday use. And then I make a big old pot of beans. But I made ham sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. I
made some. Didn't I use some of that ham in the jambalaya? I made you jambalaya. I think I did put some ham in the jambalaya.
You can get a good deal.
But you can put it in beans. I mean, you put it in. Oh no, I did make the beans.
Are they still doing miscuts anymore, or they stopped that?
No, I don't buy them from Honey Bake. Honey Bake's too expensive.
Okay.
Unless it's special occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Now I tend to get Honey Baked ham gift certificates to people. Just give them a break every now and then. It's come in handy for people. Like my old roommate called me like a year after I gave it to him. He's like, "Do you still have that receipt? I lost my gift certificate." But indeed, I did have the receipt for that ham a year later.
That was a lucky break, because that was a pretty generous coupon.
I don't buy much, so I don't accumulate enough coupons at some given time.
Yeah.
So it was still in my wallet,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was able to give them that, but that gave them they needed that break that year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was a year after C19. Oh, I finally got that hydrangea in the ground over here.
It's looking a
We'll
little
see.
puny right now,
It'll
but it'll
work.
perk up once it gets some rain and since it gets its roots
I gave
settled.
it some acclimation,
Okay.
but no, it's just laying flat because it's a young plant.
Hmm.
Like I said, I could probably root it if I air layer it. You know, if I were to put a stem in some dirt because it's so low,
Hmm.
it would probably probably take root.
Almost read the comments here.
I know you can almost read the comments. Pull it closer if you
Okay.
need. You should probably sit here and me over there.
Okay. I'll do that. Trade plate. Actually, let me go. Let me go to the bathroom.
Because he can read better than me. Man, y'all, my sight has gone to heck in a handbasket again. Seriously, I mean, this eye, like right now, and it's like, I don't know if it comes in waves or if I just notice it in waves or if my eye gets tired and it just, but I'm having a lot of problem in that eye that I had the MAC hole in. It may just be the cataracts getting worse. They said that can happen. But I have an appointment again with the with that same doctor that caught the macular hole. I know there's nothing than a big old better than a big old ham bone in your beans. So good. I made baked beans the other day with what was it, pinto and navy beans. It was a mix and a ton of bacon, cooked bacon that I put in there, and those are really good. Chris wasn't much on beans, but then once I put a pound of bacon in it, he loves it. And I make my own sauce. It was just regular can, and then yeah, a little bit of molasses, a little bit of mustard, ketchup. What else did I put in there? Something tomatoey, I think. Did I? I don't know. If I make pinto beans, I do like you know, onion, garlic, all the stuff, but then I also add salsa to it to give it a little oomph, a little flavor. Yeah, I love, and I can eat beans year round. But man, I got distracted, Angela. When are you having your surgery? I'm tired of eye stuff. I know you are. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, 15 bean soup is awesome. Ooh, thanks, Angela. I have been so busy, Angela. I'll get back to you though. I'll be running you some. Uh, but yeah, I gotta get this garden going. Oh my gosh, I'm dying over here. So yeah, the guy we talked to, he's like, I've never put in anything like this before. I was like, I haven't either, but I've seen it done. It should be pretty easy because you can only go as wide as the cloth. You lay down the agricultural fabric. So, but he said he watched a couple videos. He's more comfortable. He's more comfortable now. And then I told him also this weekend. Well, I haven't shown him that I got him a new umbrella and chairs for out there to chill out and take a break under. But I had the table. I'm using this garden table. I just had to get the chairs and an umbrella for out there. Which we had planned on doing that anyway, not just for the workers, because we'll want a place out there where if we get hot, overheated, tired, whatever, we can just go sit by the garden gate and not have to come all the way here to chill. So if I plan things well and take out maybe a small cooler with some drinks and stuff before I start work out there, other than going to the bathroom, we won't have to come out here. So back up here. So anyway, But again, it's been the dang weather is been insane. So everything's delay, delay, delay. But I also said that I would hire a couple people off of next door,
Hmm.
which I really don't like doing, but a lot of people are hurting right now financially. So I may it shouldn't take if you had I think 3 maybe 4 healthy people out here working, it shouldn't take but a day to heal that. It may take some more time to lay down the fabric, but it's going to be a heal fabric kind of thing. But I think a majority of it can be done in one day. Ah, crazy, crazy, Angela. Let's hope so. Hey, are they trying to get you in ASAP? I could probably. I asked if they had any cancellations to let me know, but I don't think the girl's going to pay attention to that. Um, oh, sorry. But I'm not going to. The retina specialist was a little easier because, let's face it, they had a lot of old patients. That's pretty much always the youngest patient there.
One of the youngest for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's beeping.
I hear the timer's going off.
Yep.
Which means I need to poke the beets.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, did you see that fly?
Where'd it go?
It was on my arm. And I hear that hawk out there too.
Well, you can go check on the beets.
I gotta check out on the beets, and it looks like I may have to open up the grill a little bit. I'll show y'all the grilling going on. Oh, look at that, look at that. I gotta get the grills hot again. I mean, the coals hot again. It's already been on here like maybe an hour and a half. So it's going though. Oh, it's going. And here's a new green stock. I brought it out so you can see how much deeper the pockets are. They're huge. But it's funny because these are still very thin. I wonder why. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing a drainy thing, hon, I think.
Oh.
Like what happened to your mom?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely wanted to drain properly.
Yeah, but she bought 2, so she might have the other. Oh, I found this one yesterday too at the thrift store. So this is going to go out in the garden for harvesting to make it easy. It was only $2.50, and I figured it was perfect because it doesn't have huge holes in it. I don't know that I'll get any beans out there. I mean, I expect most of our harvest to be mostly big stuff, but I don't know. I might get crazy because I am going to put a couple arches out there. Midway, I'm going to do an arch feature. So, I might have stuff smaller that would benefit from this. These beets. Beets. Time to poke. Let's see, get my poke here. That one's still firm. That one's almost done. I'll flip them over here. They usually need a little time on the other side. And these have only been cooking like 35 minutes. Now I don't have it at a high roast. It's only at 35. If I turned it up to 400, it'd probably help. What do you want to do now? Start and timer. maybe 15 minutes. We'll see. And my eyes are all swelling up right now, too. That's the other thing, my allergies, and then whatever's going on in my left eye. And that is the one I had the surgery in. So. I finally bought a watering bucket, too. But I put a rock in it to keep the, I don't know if you can see it. I put a rock in it so the wind doesn't blow it around. But it's starting to look junky up here. Oh, I ordered, if y'all do gardening, I wish Renee was still here too. I just ordered, Ace Hardware has, I don't know, my thoughts. So, I heard of people that use those watering systems, you know, Rainbird, whatever, with all the tubing and all that stuff. However, what I had heard, now I don't know about new products. You know, it's because of like stuff I've heard from forever ago. Like, you know.
Like you may need a wheelbarrow for harvesting. Well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah.
But we can also get I figured out we can probably get our lawnmower in and out of there too. We have a attachable cart that we've never used. So we might be able to use that. I don't know how great backing up would do.
Oh, bye, Benny. Let's see you later.
See you later, Benny. But yeah, I'm ready to start the darn garden. I can't wait to see what you got going on, Angela. It should be fun. Nothing else.
Should I yank all those beans and stuff out?
I need to pull those beans and I need to string them.
Okay.
I need to get a needle and thread, string them up to dry.
Okay.
And then I will bag them up.
All right.
Because I was saying, we've had a lot of that seed for 5, 6, 7 years. It's time to create new seed, fresh seed. So
all right.
that's what that is. Oh, but what I was saying, kind of like I always heard back in the 80s, the moonroof, sunroofs always used to leak, right? So I would never buy like a house or a car with a sunroof back then. But what I found that I do like, and I used up here at one point, were some soaker hoses. We didn't use them last year though.
Oh.
We had a nice ample amount of rain.
Okay, so
steady
we
rain.
To deploy them though. Okay.
Yeah, and but I found, so we're probably gonna have like 9 rows there, is what I've figured about. So Ace Hardware has 50-foot soaker hoses, which I prefer because I've used those over the drip systems. They had 50-foot soaker hoses for under $10 each.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought 9 soaker hoses for out here in the new garden. Now I have not bought, I need to buy we have one. We need to find that copper fitting that has the multiple hose connections.
Mm-hmm.
So they make brass. I want the brass ones because they'll last longer. And then we're just going to hook up 3 systems, you know, hoses 3, 6, 9, and 1 hookup. And so you'll just have to move the hose. And I'll get quick connect. I have quick connect things where you just pull back the head and slip the hose on and pull it down. I'm going to get the quick connect things for the hoses to make that easy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ideally, we'd have this also connect up to 3 hoses, the main line, and then put a timer on those 3 hoses. But that didn't happen. Not this year. We may expand later. But I think the 50-foot soaker hoses, that'll give enough run to go sideways and then down the row it needs to go. 3, 6, 9, yeah, easily.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. So that'll work out nicely. $9. They're all $24. So if you're in need of a soaker hose, $9 at Ace Hardware. I got free shipping. No, shipping was $22. But even with that, it saved me a ton of money.
Somebody's wishing us a good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning,
Who
good
is
evening,
it?
and good afternoon.
You said somebody. Somebody doesn't have a name?
Well, I can't read it because it's in gray text.
Oh, it's, hey, Pack Boy, good to see you. Bold Pictures, she's from Botswana. Hey,
Okay.
Christina, how are you? Hey, Pack Boy, good to see you. How are you doing? Y'all go subscribe to Pack Boy. He's interesting and very insightful. And he's very good. He'd be very good speech writer. And he's very good at speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very well-spoken 20-year-old. I like even though I don't know his content, I like his storytelling. And he did a review of something recently, and it was an amazing review. Yeah, Christina, how are things going for you? How are things in the new house? Are you getting settled? Have all the flooding subsided over there? I know you all were struggling with the flooding, and then you disappeared for a while. You'd done well. But I know you'd also been having internet connections issues at your new house. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, and Bold Picture Gardener, she's a gardener. She does a lot of decorative trees and food growing. Hunter, he deletes everything he does. He's fun. He plays good music. Hey Sam, want to watch his live stream? Yeah, we don't have disposable gloves. Sorry, Sam. Yeah, Dan's doing okay, Hunter. Kind of going back because I missed a lot. He's been busy. Let's see. All right. Oh, and I think also going back, because I had to scroll back, way back. Also, I think Sunny D will make you turn orange too.
Oh. It's probably food coloring.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of food coloring in it.
Yeah.
So
I never drank that growing up. I always thought it was weird.
it tasted like syrup to me.
Yeah.
Like again, it never quenched my thirst.
Mm-hmm.
And then Florida, that's where I first had it. I'm like, you have all these
Oranges.
Oranges, real oranges, and all these orange trees, and you're drinking Sunny D.
Heck, there were people in Florida, in Orange County, drinking Sunny D.
Yes, there were.
Perish the thought.
So, yeah. Approaching winter and the rain has stopped. Plan for the flood well so that next season floods won't catch us again.
Wow, that's important. Yeah.
Yeah, I was nervous too because when I saw those pictures of your house and the water, Christina, it looked like it was almost ready to breach your doorstep. And I was just, my heart sunk because I know you'd worked so hard getting that house built. And it's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful house and property. Yep. So, Pack Boy, what are you working on? Anything for any new video content? I bet you would do good food reviews too, Pack Boy. It's just like how I don't know. You're very descriptive in your speaking, and I like that. That's a hard trait to pick up, right? It's a writer's trait to be so descriptive and describe things very well, where people can actually like go in a different place. Like he made me go outside of myself and into the realm he was describing.
Well, there's a certain satisfaction, both as the listener or the speaker, to turn a phrase and express something exactly the way you intended it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like sort of an aha moment, just to be able to phrase something just the right way.
Yeah, he has a real gift and a real talent, I think,
Good.
for speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But he probably gets that from reading so many books, because I believe he is a bookworm.
When I was a kid, I read a lot, but now I don't have the
Mm-hmm.
attention span for it. So I blame the internet.
TikTok. Although we never did TikTok.
I never used TikTok. I never. But you just get TikTok in just different forms, like Facebook Reels.
Yeah.
That's basically TikTok on Facebook.
Yeah. Hydrate, y'all. Make sure to hydrate.
Go.
Don't listen to him. That is not hydration. That is dehydration.
Well, it's only about 5% or less ethanol, so
Dehydration.
not too bad.
Hey,
Dosage is the key.
Hunter, what's your beer of choice? Oh yeah, Christina, those blueberries are gonna be crazy. But I'm gonna guess the birds might get more than we do this year. It's a surprise. I can't wait, Pack Boy.
For us, the mulberry trees have more berries above where we can reach than below, so they seem to feast on those.
Mm-hmm. Let me get the ribs shut down again.
Alrighty.
Smoking again.
Planted in pots and kept in shade nets. You're protecting them. That's good.
Oh, and Angela, I'll be putting Kinder's barbecue sauce on that. You've got me so addicted to their products. It's crazy. I can't believe how good they are. And their barbecue sauce isn't terrible with the sugar. I mean, it's in there, believe me. It's just not as terrible as a lot of barbecue sauces can be. The G. Hughes is good for a sugar-free, low-sodium barbecue sauce, but I don't know, maybe mixing the Kinders and G. Hughes would
That'd be a
good.
good compromise.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still have that sugar content, but it wouldn't be as much. Kind of like me mixing turkey with beef and pork to cut down on the badness.
Well, I kind of put some variety in there too, so it's.
Well, I mean, the beef and pork have more flavor than chicken
right.
or turkey. So.
Well, if you balance it
ground
out,
turkey.
If you balance it out, the chicken or the turkey can kind of extend your pork and beef in the dish.
What drives me crazy is turkey. If y'all know me, turkey is my favorite broth. But the meat is not as flavorful as the broth.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Must be all that glorious fat that gets extracted in the broth, and maybe it's not in the meat so much.
I don't know.
Because the skin, people don't eat the turkey skin so much. They eat the breast and drums and whatever, but it's not that. It's that fat in the bones and not in the bones, but in fat and all that skin when you're boiling it, and that's where all the flavor is.
I don't know. Even when you skim the fat, though, it's still so darn good and flavorful. I looked for a whole turkey. I was going to buy a whole turkey and cook one this weekend, y'all. Because that's another thing I do is buy whole turkeys and whole half ham, whole ham to save on money.
How much broth can you get out of a carcass of a turkey? I mean, a lot.
It depends on the carcass and how fatty and all that stuff. And a lot of times I'll boil it down to where it's concentrated.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just bag it in small bags, because a small bag will be like, a quart of broth or two. So you can dilute it a lot. So it's hard for me to tell because I cook it down so much. But I do love it.
Michael Dukakis and his wife would accept turkey,
carcasses.
The turkey carcasses, and they would just boil up bats and bats and stuff. He said it was
And
this
they would make it
criminal.
into soup, or and they would give it to those less fortunate, right? Like
I think so. I can't
I
remember
think
the
that
rest
was
of
the
it. Yeah,
deal.
there's a deal.
It was a soup or something that they would can and give away or something.
Hmm.
It was interesting. I think I heard the
The
beeping just
beeping
go.
beeped again. So
I probably could use another Gatorade.
I'll get you another Gatorade.
I gotta go in and check the other thing anyway.
Okay. All right. I'll stay here.
Okay. I can take your bottle in for you then.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate
welcome. The smoker's smoking, the grill's smoking nicely again. Christina makes some good recipes too that I'd like to try, but we don't get all of the items available in our store. Like she uses a baked bean that's a little different than our baked bean.
Christina says, it's a good night from me. Let me know when you're next live. Keep them coming. Okay.
Thanks, Christine.
Thanks, Christine. Okay. It's brewed with roasted barley malt and German hops, resulting in deep amber color, smooth, slightly sweet taste with notes of roasted nuts and caramel and a tan, dense head. Oh, that sounds outstanding. I like beer. I'm more of a bourbon drinker these days, but yeah, I like a craft beer from time to time. But I like the regular stuff too. When it's hot out, a good cheap beer is great. Non-alcoholic beers actually taste pretty good when it's hot out and they're really really cold. So that surprised me. I learned that years ago. If you like the taste of beer, an NA beer can taste pretty good if it's hot out and the beer is cold. Okay. Our sun's peeking through the clouds right now, so we're getting some sun. Been a good 3-day weekend here in the United States. I hear the birds chirp, but I don't, can't identify them, but I suspect there's probably something like SoundHound or Shazam, but for bird song. It'd be good to notice, to have a little app that tells you what kind of bird is singing. My father loved to identify bird song. We slowly turn into our parents and grandparents as we age. Did I do anything special for my birthday? Yes. Had dinner with Jen and my mom, and we had sushi and ramen. That was outstanding. It was a really good place, and sort of interesting to get the contrast between the spicy ramen broth and the sushi. I love sushi. I've been eating it for years. I like rolls and things. I love mackerel, and a lot of beginning sushi folks don't like mackerel, but mackerel has that rich, oily flavor. It's my favorite. I always get 2 pieces of saba nigiri with whatever I'm getting at a sushi bar, because I've got to get that mackerel, got to get that oily hit. So that's what I did. How are things up in Iowa there, Hunter? I'm sure the weather's going to be a lot more temperate up there than down here come June, July, and August. But Iowa's interesting. I'm trying to think of the other YouTubers that are from Iowa. There's a YouTuber that does car restorations. I wish I could remember their. Oh yeah, Junkyard Digs, and I think his wife is Junkyard Mook, and then they find these old cars from the 70s, 80s that have been barn parked forever, and then they fix them up and tool around in them. It's great. But Iowa looks like an interesting state to visit. It's a nice weather here today. Oh, I bet it's you're probably thaw. What do I need to bring in? Okay. All right. Time for some shaky camera time. Gonna go mobile here. Yay! Just flying through the air here. Okay, here we are in the inside.
Got these beets that I just roasted, pulled out of the garden. I'm gonna stick them in some ice water real quick, just so I can touch them. I want to touch them. Right.
It's this button, right? The lower right hand corner. To make it go the other way.
This one.
The top one. Okay, that's easier.
All right, there you go. Now, already. I mean, I can't believe this is just so easy on these beets. And you can see too, look at the water, even though like they've been cooked.
Purple.
I mean, it's purple, but it's not as purple as it would normally be. And what I've noticed is like if I've tried to, oh, I do need a knife for the, if I've tried to, if I try to peel these ahead of time, what I've noticed is that they really bleed and my hands really stain, but look at that, y'all. I just had, this was super red and it just washes right off. I don't know why.
Angela says it's 66 up in North Carolina. That's perfect.
Beautiful. But then once you get this in here, kind of like, I put it in this ice bath and the skin is just going to come right off. Look at that. And you end up with this beautifully jeweled beet. I think for some reason it helps it retain the juice a little bit more. It's really amazing. And like I said, look, you don't end up with that coloring so much. That beautiful beet. I got a little bit there where it was a little scuffed. But look at that, how gorgeous. And again, take off the, well, it's best to probably cut this top. You get past that rough spot there. And again, it just peels, pretty much peels right off. Take the tail off. Do this one real quick too. Only bad part is if you want to fool around and replant the top to get more beets, you can't do that after you've cooked them like this. But it has brought the joy of growing and cooking beets back into my life with this method. This one's a little more stubborn though. If you have to, you can feel where the skin still is. But you can take a knife and scrape it if you need to. And it'll pull off. And then you know when it's totally clean because it'll be totally slick. And I have another gorgeous beet. Oh yeah, my hands still aren't bad. Look at that. It's crazy. So if you love beets and you just resisted because of the staining and juice, don't let it hold you back. Yeah, come on, Mom, my lives. You never know what you're going to get. You're going to get a variety. Just like my channel.
Right. Yep, 5 viewers, 7 thumbs up. It's a good ratio.
I'll take it.
You rarely get more thumbs up than viewers, so.
Well, some have come and gone. That's
right,
why
right.
Renee's gone. She's probably going to take a nap. Hang out with family. Yeah, these are beautiful. And look, y'all. No staining. Now, I don't know. Maybe it's the olive oil. I don't know. But look at that. That is insane.
Usually it's like blood, you know?
Yeah, and the water is not terribly dark. Usually it would be, but look how beautiful those beets are.
Just beat it.
Just beat it. And then what am I going to do with these? I guess you wanted a little goat cheese, a little...
Yes.
Yes.
To whatever the rest of that is, yes.
I guess I could just mix it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put this aside. I don't need that. Let me get the goat cheese. I'm just going to do a little quick dressing, y'all, since we're going to put goat cheese on this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to dress it simply with a little olive oil and a little bit of vinegar and some of the goat cheese to make, it's going to make it a creamy dressing. Just really quickly. And I'll put, I'm going to reserve some of this goat cheese for on the salad as well. But you can make a quick creamy sauce by just doing that. And I'm going to slice these up. A little more skin. Oh, come on, skin, get off. And they're still hot. It's going to...
Or burning your fingers there.
No, not burn the fingers. It's going to melt that goat cheese beautifully.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy to see it. Happy to see it all steamy. I should have gotten a bigger bowl. But you know, I'm a home cook.
I can get you a bigger bowl if you need. But at this point, I guess it's already almost done. But.
Pretty much done. But I'm just going to kind of cream that a little bit. It'll get soupy. And that's like a instant salad dressing for your beet salad. Anyway.
Looks real good.
And I'm just going to put these back in the fridge so they'll be nice and cold by the time we eat our salad. All right, creamy beet dressing. Very simple. And then we can put salt and pepper on it on the table as needed. All right. Oh, yes. Since I have this bowl out and the cheese out, I'm just going to go ahead and...
More cheese.
Well, we'll want some for the top.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Just afraid you're going to cut yourself with a knife that way.
No.
Can you squish it out with your fingers instead? Or?
No, the label's in my way.
Oh.
Ugh.
Unorthodox knife work there. So.
It's like
Don't try
squeezing
this
a tube of toothpaste.
Don't try this at home.
I could just cut the dang thing. Usually it comes out easily. Dang it, it's gonna give me a hard time.
I'll get you some scissors, honey.
No, I got it. I don't know why we have so much plastic in our food.
There's plastic. There are microplastics in the rainwater.
Everywhere.
That's just awful, you know. You can't avoid it even if you wanted to, sadly.
And you can make your own cheese. All right. What a mess. how unorthodox. But it, you know, goat cheese. If you know, you know. All right.
I like me some goat cheese.
That's why I'm getting it out now,
Yep.
as opposed to later. It's messy. It isn't easy. That's good. It's easy if you buy the goat cheese crumbles, though.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
But that huge log is so much cheaper. It's on sale.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's why I got it, and it's so much cheaper than the little log. By the time you buy the little log of goat cheese for what you get, you might as well buy the big log. And it's really ridiculously expensive up here anyway. It's 5 o'clock already. I can't believe it. All right.
Let's see. Yep, at or about 5 o'clock.
Yeah. All right. All right, my fingerprints off this. All right. So that's dinner, basically. Beet
Awesome.
salad. The greens are in the fridge, already getting cool.
Angela says, looks good. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm going to put a little more vinegar on the beets there, though, I think.
Make it a little tart. It's good.
Yeah. Well, I think we have a lot of greens. You may end up with more greens to take the lunch salad tomorrow to work.
Yeah, scurvy thwarted once again.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to leave that in the fridge as is.
So the corn is just going to go out on the grill here in a little bit?
Yes, I will grill the corn.
Moist.
It's going to be a while. I need to I could probably wrap the ribs now and just let them finish cooking out there. And some foil. And then at the end, when they're almost done, I'll take them out of the foil and sauce them up. Get them all saucy. Saucy-licious. All right.
Do you know what variety of corn that is or no?
No, it's whatever was at Publix. And it really didn't look very well. It looked sad. And it was like, since it was $5 for $1, it was going fast and it was what was left. And the silks looked rotten.
Oh.
But at the store, I tore off the rotten black part of the silk.
Okay.
Like getting down into the corn, it was fine. It was just the
right.
top. So I just tore the silks off, left them in the bin. Because they've now taken away the garbage can where you used to be able to husk
that's dumb.
your stuff. So
They want you to pay the weight on the, or is it?
no, it was $5 for $1.
Okay, so it's still per unit price the same whether you chuck it
corn
or
is
not.
usually so much for whatever.
Okay.
How many ears for whatever price. So it looked nasty, and I'm surprised it's lasted this long, but it was fine. It has been delicious. We did some the other night. What did we put on that dang? We put Angela's Kinders on there. We put a little bit of butter.
Okay.
But then we put more of the Kinders on there to make it stick. Right? We just put the butter on like we want something as whatever we're going to put on it to stick to the corn.
Okay.
So then we slathered it in some of the Kinder seasoning. Then we put tahini on it. Oh my gosh. That corn was so good. It was so unconventional, but it was so good. So the butter and tahini are a good combo, believe it or not. All right.
Look at those wascony ribs.
Delicious and juicy. Now this end looks about done, but this is really thick and meaty, so it needs a little more time. Because, you know, you see the bones come out there, but not up here on this side. So, you know, we're going to put the baby on here like this.
Keep all those juices in then.
Wrap her up. Keep it from burning.
Mm-hmm.
It's really smoky. It's been smoking for a while now. So just gonna get it right here. And we're gonna move it over on, well, there's a hole there. Yeah, I'll move it on the coals a little bit. Because it's still bone side down.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, a little
yeah, a
hole
little
shouldn't
bit
hurt
more.
much.
Here, let me do this though. So when Chris put all this in, he just kind of put the coals in. When I came to put the ribs on, I just tilt my grill back a little bit, and I kind of shake all the coals to the back.
Gangsta-lean.
Gangsta-lean. And then I put the ribs in the front of that, away from all the heat. But now that these are pretty much cooked, I'm just protecting them to, well, this end's not cooked as well. I'm just putting them on here now to finish cooking, but I've kind of scooted the coals a little bit more evenly. So they're not, then that takes the height off the back. So if I'd put it on the back, the coals were really high, but now I've kind of shaken it, even it out a little bit like this, bring some stuff to the front, and it's a little bit lower on the coal. Because I don't have one of those fancy adjustable things. I'm cheap. I make it work. So I lived about Project Runway. I love the creativity, and I always loved what's his name saying, "Make it work."
Oh, Tim Gunn.
Tim Gunn. Yeah. Yeah.
Management by non-management.
Yeah.
Force your employees to just create a solution. Which is, you need to, yeah, yeah.
Who was it we were listening to? He said the way he would attack a problem was the opposite way.
Charlie Munger.
Charlie Munger, yeah. That was interesting. All right, so we got stuff going on. We got to put these back in the fridge. And then, yeah, another hour. What time is it? 5, 6, 6:30 we'll be eating. Yeah. About the time those ribs are off, I will put the corn on. That won't take long. And then I'm just going to chop that salad. Beet greens aren't as sensitive as other lettuces, so I can chop it.
Okay.
And then dinner will be served. All right.
Very good.
I'm putting these in the fridge. Until we're ready to eat. And then, yes, that's it. Well done. Thanks, hon.
You're welcome.
You're a good cameraman.
Hopefully not too much.
Everybody loves when you're a cameraman.
Hopefully I'm not too drunk in my movements here. Just weave back and forth. So.
No,
Yeah.
and I'm fast.
Does the camera have built-in image stabilization or no?
Yes, and it is.
That's good. That helps a lot. So you're painting back and forth. That way you didn't jittery. It's just smooth.
I try. Oh, you got me another Gatorade, right?
I did not. You said you were going to get one because you were going to go back in. I'll get you Gatorade. Here's the camera here. I'll be back.
Thanks. Oh, I bought a bunch more seed, y'all. I bought some arugula, lettuce, beets because I'm harvesting. Carrots, cucumbers. I don't know how I ended up without cucumbers. But yeah. So I have a bunch more to plant. I think since it's getting close to dinner time, and here we go with the clouds again. Sorry, y'all. Clouds again here. I think I'm gonna it's probably gonna start pouring once it cools down a little bit. Is what usually happens. But I haven't looked at the radar. I usually check out the radar for my weather forecast. It's a little bit more accurate most of the time, and I was so glad we didn't get storms last night. We got some lightning and thunder early, but not the severe with potential tornado warnings that they had said. So, but yeah. But I think we're gonna go, Angela. And y'all, I appreciate you hanging out with me a bit. I figured it's a good time. A lot of people are going live this weekend, though. So I appreciate y'all coming, hanging out, like I said. And I hope y'all have a good dinner. And I'm grateful that we have people who are willing to join the military. To protect us a little bit. You know, I kind of say fight for our freedoms, but not all of us have freedoms equally. So, unfortunately. But we try. We keep striving for that. So, but y'all take care. Have a good one. I love y'all very much. And have a great week ahead. It'll be a short one, so that'll be nice. I like it when Chris is home. Y'all take care. We'll see you. Love you. Bye.